Welcome back, folks, to another thought session with your boy Andy here. I know it's been some time since I last posted from, I think, in February, I believe, or maybe early March. Please excuse me for that. I was trying to fight off another relapse of my nephrotic syndrome. At this point, I'm still trying to fight it off right now to this day. So my voice is a little bit deeper. I'm not as active as I used to be, and so on and so forth, as I try to combat this with medication and other herbal supplements and remedies that I know of. But that's besides the point. Let's go ahead and get into today's video, which is going to be about dislikes. So the word dislike is used everywhere. At this point in the world, it is used so frequently now. Thoughts and processes come all over the place of, well, I dislike the things you like to eat. I dislike your political view. I dislike that this person doesn't want to come with us to drink alcohol after work. I dislike that this person is trying to better themselves. If you guys remember back at video 4 when I was talking about letting go of some older acquaintances or past friends, if you remember Mr. M, that was a real thing from Mr. M, as he stated that he disliked me trying to do better for myself. Sometimes when you just try to please certain people or fix certain situations for certain people, it can kind of suck when all they can do is point out all of the negatives behind something instead of saying an actual thank you for trying. Because being negative is very easy, and being negative for them also boosts their ego in a sense. More importantly, being negative helps them to belittle you into submission. So why bring up a topic like this? So the reason why I'm bringing up this topic is because if you guys remember when I posted the first out of the 2 parts for the NICU story that I wanted to post, I got 2 dislikes on that video. Now, 2 dislikes may not seem like much, especially with a channel that's just, starting off with such a low subscriber count for now. But what really hit me with those 2 dislikes is the fact that there were no comments, no rhyme or reason why you disliked it or they disliked it. And that really put me in a little bit of a spiral. I'm not going to lie to you. For days, I kept thinking, what did I do wrong? Did I offend somebody with saying something weird? Did I not portray enough information? Did I portray too much information? Did I anger someone that may have been in a far worse situation and they wish they had the positive outcomes I had because, again, their situation was far worse? Did I anger somebody? The list can go on, honestly. I was truly obsessed why these 2 people did not like this video. Did they just not like the way I presented it? Was it because I'm a guy and generally guys don't tell stories like this? Or was it the fact that I did not turn that video into the biggest sob story of 2025? I'll be honest, all of this overthinking, all of the life of an overthinker, honestly, is sabotaging, crazy, anxious, repetitive, and just yuck. Scary. The life of an overthinker is scary, especially when you're overthinking something like dislikes. As someone with partial anxiety myself, overthinking is not only scary, but it 1000% can put you down the worst negative rabbit hole that you can ever think of. Now, I only say partially for myself because I know that there are folks out there that are dealing with far worse anxiety and their situation is far more dire than my own. And I want to respect that, and all I can do is hope and pray that those people may be able to find relief in God, or maybe just be able to find a way to cope with some type of mechanism that is not hardcore medications or any type of hardcore treatment that could put them down on a worse path. I truly hope that some of those people find that peace somehow, some way, and someday. Now, back to the dislikes. Seeing them made me think way too much into the darkness, if you want to call it that. Because in reality, I was so proud of that video. That first NICU video, I was proud of. I put in the little edits. I made the little cuts here and there and whatever. And I told my story. I told the story from my perspective. And I tried to make it as clean and cut as precisely as I could possibly can. Cut down my verbiage and absolutely make sure that it never turned into a sob story. Even though maybe to some it might have. Maybe to those two people, it did sound like that. I don't know. They never left a comment. All I could think about was I put in a decent amount of work into that video, and all it took was two people to shove that as quickly as they can under the bus. As much as those dislikes sort of put me in a temporary spiral, I began to also think of the positives, so to speak, and more importantly, the improvements that I could make. You see, thanks to my tech YouTube channel, dislikes are no stranger to me. As a matter of fact, I have one particular video where I have way more dislikes than likes. Albeit, I gave that particular tech product an 8 out of 10, but people just didn't like my opinion. Because I said that the headphone was not the best at the end of the day compared to the others. But that's for a different climate. You see, again, and also you see over time, thanks to YouTube and thanks to some aspects of college and thanks to some aspects of my current job, past job, this job, that job, all the jobs that I've had, and just life in general, I've learned over the years that dislikes they just come when improvement is needed. That's how anybody and everybody grows in life. That said, instead of going crazy about what these two people were thinking about when they disliked the video, I should thank them for disliking the video, because now it gives me a reason to keep going and keep posting the next video and the next video and the next video until whatever initial thoughts they had about me were proven wrong. All of this for me to just keep going, because in reality it's just two people's opinions. And when I started this channel not to people please. So I'm not going to sit here and try to cater to those two people when in reality there were actually 4 people that liked the video. There's more people that liked it than disliked it. But you see, that dislike, it draws you in. You're like, bing, whoa, laser focus, right? It just draws people in when someone says they dislike something about you. So like I said, I started this channel not to people please. I started this channel to cope with some of the anxiety stuff that I have, to go ahead and, talk to people and try to be human to human with people, because people need help. Humans need help. I know that for a fact. And then one of the more important, maybe the most important reason why I started this channel is because sooner or later my kid is going to grow up, and I'm thinking about having a second kid. And I want my kids to be able to fall back on something like this, to say, hey, you know what? Dad posted a video about this, and we should look at it, because we're not feeling right, and people dislike our stuff and so on and so forth and blah, 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 blah. I want to do this for my kids, especially because they need a way out too. The world, when I grow up later on and I become older and it's harder for me to keep up with them, they're going to want, a little bit of a voice to just listen to say, hey, you know what? My dad did this and I'm going to do it this way too. Or just put my own spin on it, kind of thing, for my kids. But also, again, for the humans, for the people in the comment section below today, as of 2025. Everybody needs help. I get that. And that's why I started this channel. Not because I wanted to people please, but because I wanted to help and cope. I also hope that, again, when it comes to my kids, that when they look back at these videos, they realize that there are a crap ton of people out there that will just dislike, disagree, and just not want to, not want to follow what they are saying. And in reality, that's okay. I want my kids to know. I want my daughter to know, and I hope I get a son. But nonetheless, whatever comes. I just want my kids to know that I love them. And most importantly, that you guys have to worry about yourselves. The world is really mean and really nasty sometimes. And people are going to dislike what you have to say. And that's all right. At the end of the day, you must work hard to better yourself first. We're all here to better ourselves, be it spiritual, be it mental or physical healing, or just honestly finding ways to be a better human being, because karma is real. As a human, we matter first, okay? We matter to ourselves first. We should be giving ourselves the benefit of the doubt, because again, if we can't even do it for ourselves, then no one else is coming here to rescue us. No one. Just That's the way this cookie crumbles. Let the opinions come in, let the thoughts circulate. I mean, eventually, we all will reach a sense of reality where we are okay with who we are and what we do with God and family in mind, rather than being a society and listening in to Hollywood and listening in to politically incorrect folks that just, want to threaten us the moment we don't believe in what they're saying, as if it's the word of God, right? Either that or the remaining kings and queens of this world, etc. You get my point. So let's wrap up this video. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody for, if you reached this far into the video, I want to thank you for getting this far. This is the first video in what I am going to make a playlist on for this channel called the Overthinking series. Overthinking dislikes, overthinking medical, overthinking this. Think about all of that stuff. I'm going to try my best to go ahead and make videos as close as I can to the idea and thought process of overthinking and put them all in this playlist so that you guys can go ahead and watch it. So either you're going to get to it first the day I post it, or if you need to go back to it, it's in this playlist. Now, back to finishing up and wrapping this video. Overthinking plagues the world. I don't think that's any surprise to anyone, period. Overthinking also tends to be the most dominant thought process, unfortunately. But it doesn't have to be. And maybe, just maybe, some of the tips and tricks that I have here might just help. Might. So, instead of overthinking, thinking not just about the positives, but about the improvements that you could be making for yourself. Also, try giving yourself the benefit of the doubt every once in a while. You're doing this life thing a lot better than you think, okay? You truly are doing this life thing a lot better than you think. Just give yourself that little bit of extra credit. It's okay. Keep doing what you're doing, but make adjustments as time goes on. If it's one thing that I could say about humans is that we are so adaptable. We can adapt to anything so long as we put this big old noggin into that present time. We are able to adapt to it all. And then with that adapting, we can go ahead and create the reality that we are seeking. Law of Attraction 101, baby. Don't worry about the dislikes against you. Instead, figure out a way to get those people on your side later. They're just not meant to be in your life right now. That's all. Maybe, just maybe, for this next one, and this is like a double-edged sword, I'll be honest with you, because this could go down a decently large rabbit hole. But, if there is a past situation that you can compare your current situation to, and you can try to do the pros and cons of how you handled the situation back then versus how you're going to handle this situation now, and just come up to one singular solution. Something like that can probably boost you into the right direction. It can put you where you need to be at any given time. Hey, I did this in the past to fix this, but can I try it now? Probably not. I would need to make adjustments. Okay, so I make adjustments, and now I have to do it this way instead of that way. Let me get the pros from this side. Let me get the pros from the other side. Combine them, see what I could do, and then move forward. That's the way I'm thinking about that particular tip. And lastly, don't compare yourselves to others who are taking part and doing practically the same thing you're doing. This one hits close to me because I think about this all the time. Hey, I'm a guy on YouTube trying to make videos about his life, but guess what? There's like 10,000, 100,000 other people doing this thing every day too. Am I any different? Honestly, that's not the way to go. Let those people focus on them and you focus on you. I need to focus on me. Your story, your chapter, your book is about you. It's not about them. It's not about who's making vlogs or videos about themselves, all the way in Australia, and you got to compare yourself to that Australian person. No, that person has their own circumstances. They're doing their own thing. Let them do their thing. I'm going to do mine. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to do mine. There's always tomorrow too. You can't just sit here and keep constantly thinking about, oh man, is my videos gonna make a difference? Is my videos reaching somewhere? Do people go like my videos, so on and so forth? It's just, that's overthinking. It's gonna cloud your mind, and then you get into the dislikes. So people are not gonna like my stuff. This, that, the third. That's not the way to go. Do better. Think better. You gotta keep going, even if it hurts now. You gotta keep going. Give yourself a reason to keep going, no matter how big or small. Do it for your kids. Do it for your cat. I don't know. Just do it for you. Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. You want a better life? You gotta do this stuff. It's gonna hurt right now, but eventually, there's always that one tick mark away from super major awesome success. You just don't know when it's gonna come. But if you keep that consistency, yeah, there's a higher likelihood that it'll happen. Fight for yourself. And in some cases, like my own, fight for the people that you dearly love. And no more comparing. At the end of the day, be the you that can be the most honest, the one with the most common sense, the most kind-hearted, loving, caring, and most important of all, the one that can be the most self-healing person that you can possibly be. You need it for yourself. You owe it to yourself. You deserve that kind of stuff. You deserve to be all that positive, happy-go-lucky person that you always thought you could be. While the road to achieving all of this is not easy for a lot of folks, nobody said it was going to be. And more importantly, you can take these things one step at a time. Can't finish one? That's okay. Move on to the next one and come back to the one you're going to finish later. No one said you could not tackle the easy stuff first. No one will stress you for doing it. Go ahead. Start. Thanks for watching.